Hey guys, welcome to the Vibrant Realism PBR texture pack. These are side-by-side photos of vanilla versus the texture pack. This was provided to me by 5 Frame Studios as early access, so thank you guys for that. So I was able to do a review for you guys. So you see the side-by-side pictures are really beautiful, really amazing. Now let's look at their trailer. So this should be coming sometime in November. This is currently available for free under Discord, so you to try out. Now, when you put this as your global resource, you'll see that the font will change, but you won't get any like special title or anything like that, which I think that would have been cool to have as an addition. Now, this is going to be similar to some of the vibrant visual texture packs that we've seen so far with the sliders. So 32X will include everything, textures, the advanced PBR materials, detailed surfaces, custom mob animations, player animations, cinematic water and lighting shading. And then on 16X, you will get the graphics, but you will have the vanilla textures. And these are the settings that I have for my game. Currently, I thought that this was the best. You can, of course, mess with this now. So this video was made before the 1.21.120 update, so gamma was not a thing yet, but this was on brightness, so I find my gamma to be best at like 90% to 100% in that area. So for this video, we're going to look at the animations first before we look at anything else. Also, one thing I wanted to mention was that the price is going to be 990 Minecoins. Tentatively, that is what they have it priced. That might change, but that is the price that they have told me that it's going to be. And the reason why for that is because, it's a 32X texture pack, so it's a little bit more detailed than if something that was just normally 16X, so keep that in mind. Now, there are a few animations. The swimming I thought was really cool, but there are a lot of them that I would like to see that are not in here. That I'll go over that, and there's a couple, like I think one of the animations is something that I'm not really too big of a fan of, which I'm going to show you right here. So the running, I do not like that head bobbing side to side. In my opinion, it looks really strange. That's just my opinion. I don't really like how that looks. Maybe that could be changed, or maybe I'm just the only one. I don't know, but I thought it was a little weird looking. I don't know anyone that runs. When they run with their head side to side. But the textures, I will say, are incredible. I really enjoy those. So now we are going to look at some of the animations that I wanted to check. So the sword, one thing I noticed that between all the weapons and tools, the animations are exactly the same. I would have liked to see different animations for each tool. See, like the sword, there's no first person animation, which to me that's fine. I don't really care too much about it, but I would have liked to see different animations for each weapon and each tool. Thought that would have been cool, but at the way it is right now, it's just that one. So I want to see if there was one for boat rowing, which there is not one. Which I don't think we'll be seeing a lot of those. I think the only one that really has that at the moment is actions and stuff. So now once I check minecarts, which that one doesn't have an animation either. So the elytra was another one that I wanted to check, or elytra, which it looks like there is an animation for that. It's a little bit different, which I thought that was cool. It was simple. It wasn't nothing too crazy. Then next I wanted to check the crawling animations, as I always do. I'm going to set some trapdoors here just so we could see how it kind of looks. Which I thought, again, this one looked really cool. But some of the animations that they do have are cool, but some of them I'm not a big fan of, like that running. So this is one of the things that I wish there was an animation for climbing. There's no climbing animation. I thought that was a little bit of a letdown because, you know, and I'm just being honest here. So if I'm getting something or paying for something that includes animations, I feel like it needs to be the complete package. So this was a bug here. The shield was up in the air, and it's only in first person. When you're in third person, it's not like that. So I don't know. That's something that they gotta fix. So again, like I said, the animations for the pickaxe are the same as the sword. There's no difference. Same thing for the axe. So let's go ahead and try the fishing rod now. And again, you'll see the same animation as the sword and stuff. It's not bad. I just wish that they would have more variety on the different tools. I think that would be small but efficient change and kind of add to the quality of it. But again, I do really love the water and the textures and the way the blocks look. I think they really look amazing. And I don't want you guys to think that I think it's bad, because it's not bad. It's just I think that there's some things that need to be added to make it even better, or like the small issues, you know. So let's see if there are any horse animations here. That was my mindset at the time, and there is no horse animations or horse riding animations. Now, one thing about this texture pack that I really enjoyed that I didn't really see from other ones are that the mobs have death animations. So I'll be showing you some of them here, but later on I'll go through every single one of them so you can see how their death animations work, if there's any difference with some of them. So we got a rabbit here. That didn't seem too different from the vanilla counterpart of the death animation, but this view right here is just incredible. That sunset, I don't know why the sun is behind the ice. That looks like a little bit of a bug, so I'm sure that's something they can iron out. So the ice was cool. It really looked like frozen water. So you got the creeper's death animation. Let's check out the skeleton here. And I like how the mobs look. Well, that's a cool animation. As they perish is cool. The zombies too look pretty cool. The way they just fall backwards. That moon glare against the ice is fabulous and breathtaking. So let's check out how the Enderman, his death animation, that's pretty cool too. He just falls backwards. So the end portal frames, they have a glow to it, which I thought was pretty cool. I always love me some glow. So once I kind of set up my portals here before we go and explore the other dimensions, because we will check out the Nether as well. So we just set these in here. So I like the textures of the Ender eyes too. Now this is a bug that they have let me know about earlier, so that is going to be fixed. That end portal dimension green, that little green texture there is not supposed to be like that. So they are aware of that issue already and plan to have that fixed. So just keep that in mind. They are aware of that problem. So let's go ahead and hop into the Nether. See what if there's any like new ambient sounds or anything like that. So again, we got like this fog or like ash from the basalt delta biomes. It kind of looks a little too noisy. I think that's just how this biome is normally anyway. I didn't want to go too far because I didn't want to have to look for everything and have to come back, but I did kind of wanted to explore the warp forest a little bit too, so you could kind of see what you're working with here. And again, it looks cool. I really like how they made the Nether look. We got the gas up here. So I like the realism vibe that they're going for. Just, I think my major complaint is the animations. They don't feel like they were given too much attention. And I know they did mention to me, I'm not gonna say here now, they did mention to me that they may not even put animations because they know a lot of players enjoy actions and stuff, pairing it. So it makes sense, but in my opinion, I think that they should have their own option for their own animations available, but they need to include more animations if they're going to do that. Now this part I was kind of disappointed by because the ores do not glow. I'm going to leave some feedback on that. I think that they should take full advantage of vibrant visuals and having their ores glow. Before I get to continue with that, but the Ender Dragon death animation kind of looked the same. I think it looks similar, but again we got that green texture issue in the dimension portals. But yeah, so I think that they should take full advantage of the ores not glowing and make them glow because they're using vibrant visuals. And I know a lot of packs do that. I'm not sure what their mindset was going into the ores, but I definitely think that that's something that they should make a thing. So here I want to check out the wither as well. I like to spawn them in the end because if they destroy anything here, it really doesn't make a difference because I'm not coming back here anyway. But you can see it got its death animation as well, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna check out the wither. I mean, not the wither, the warden. And I really like the glow on the warden. I thought that was really cool too. I like how he looks. And he has his own death animation too when he falls. This time I learned from my mistake and remembered to spawn the happy ghast, and it looks pretty cool. It's cute, I like it. Alright, so now with that out the way, we're going to look at every single block using that same showcase world we used last time. Again, a big thank you to Starfish Studios for giving me that, because this makes my life easier. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we got a lot of different blocks to showcase here. I like that warped sign, look pretty cool. So we got all the ores here. Just take a quick glance at everything before we go into detail, looking at everything. Got that crying obsidian, looks nice. The sea lanterns I like, pretty cool. And the different armor sets, the beds, the items. I like how the bows look. They got like that gold on it. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's head over to the wood blocks because we already saw the water earlier. So if we look at all these wood blocks, they all look really well done. I like all of them. And then we got the leaves, the fences, fence gates, doors, trap doors, slabs. I'm sorry, stairs and then slabs. Let's kind of go through them a little bit. I love the blue on the warped forest, on the warped wood. It looks really cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the I think those are, basalt blocks. And then we got the diorite, all those good stuff. Stone, black stone. Again, we don't have glowing ores, which is a little bit sad for me. I wish they did have glowing ores, but we got grass. I'm not even sure what that is. Glass. I think that's terracotta, glazed terracotta. Some quartz blocks, mossy carpets, and then more wood blocks. This is the other side of the wood blocks. And we got the different color wools over there. Then we have more stone blocks like cobblestone, tough blocks, all that good stuff that people love to build with, of course. I'm not much of a builder, but I do try at times. but it never comes out the way that I expect it to. But that's just the way it is. That's not my specialty. But anyway, so we're gonna look at the child spawners, the spawners, and some more nether and end blocks that we got over here. Deep dark blocks and stuff like that, ancient city, whatever you want to call that. And then we got the wood types and stuff from the nether as well. And I like that shine on top of the blocks. I think that's really cool. Some people don't, but I really like that. And we got the quartz blocks. Red sand. And then let's move over here to look at some of the mobs. And this is going to be the mob section. So we got the underwater ones like tropical fish, salmon, cod, striders. The lava, I'm not too fond of how the lava looks, but I do like how the water looks, especially with that block at the bottom. It almost looks like how a pool would. And we got the frogs. Frogs look really cool. Then we have the iron golems. I really love the emissive eyes on the iron golems. It reminds me sort of the ones from the Minecraft movie. I thought that looked really cool. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that's what it reminds me of. And the command blocks look really cool too. Now we have to take a look at all the villagers here. I'm just gonna go through this real quick. I love how his glasses look. They're shiny. It's cool. He wants to see their animations too. I'll show you that as well. You can see the cracks that show. So I'm just gonna let you guys see all of these, and then I'll pop back in a minute. Alright, so I know I showed you the Warden already earlier in the video when we were at the end, but I'm just going to show you this again. So the particles I've noticed that I didn't notice the last time were like the little blue ones popping out, which was interesting. Very interesting because it looked very different from what I'm used to seeing. But I like that realism touch that they added to it. I thought that was pretty cool. But after we take care of him, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the creaking. We got the end crystal right there. Doesn't really look that much different. We got the wolves. When they are unalive, they kind of look like vanilla. So here's what I'm going to show you all the mobs and all their death animations. So again, here I will let this speak for itself, and I will pop in and out if I have anything that I need to mention. So until we meet again, enjoy. Now I'm sure you've seen it already, but you see that there's a lot of lag, and that is simply because the same reason that it was when we showcased Prisma visuals, because this thing is loaded with entities and I'm on a mobile device with not the most optimal settings that I chose, but I kind of wanted to show you not performance but the graphical changes more than the performance, because if you lower everything and you don't have as many entities, it's nowhere near as bad. And if you don't really want the textures, you can put that on 16x and it performs even better. So I don't think that's anything that you guys really have to worry about, but it's just sometimes it's a little bit difficult to be able to showcase these videos and show you what it looks like at a high quality, but you know, at the end of the day, to show you guys what it really looks like, I need to sacrifice. So that's what it is. So again, let's get back to it. Alright, so now with those out of the way, let's go ahead and get back into the blocks and their textures that we are going to be seeing. So this is all the llamas with their carpets on it, the different types and what they look like. Then we have the mine carts and stuff like that. I really like how the top of the texture for the chest looks like wood planks. I thought that was a really cool design on them. So you can see the cats here. The cats look really cool. Then the saplings, and then we're going to see the foliage. The foliage looks really nice. Then we got the candles here. Candles look really good as well. And then we have more beds here. We saw them earlier, but we looked at them briefly. And the respawn anchors, the lanterns, what they call it? Underwater sea pickles? I can't even remember the name of it. We got pistons, composter, crafting table, anvil. Again, that really nice looking chest. The campfires, enchantment table, which looks really cool. And then we have the auto crafters, which I thought that looked cool too. And then we have the signs. All the different signs here and their corresponding buttons. The banners. The banners look cool. And then we're going to look at the fire in a minute. But I'm going to check out the moon phases to show you what that looks like. So that looks really cool. Looks realistic to me. So we got the different fire here, but let's go ahead and put that out to kind of take some of the load off of the graphics a little bit. And then we have more crops over here that we didn't check out before. And then we got the paintings. The paintings look really clear, like high definition. I thought that was a really cool touch that they did, and they didn't leave it pixelated, and it really made it look realistic, and I thought that was awesome. So great job on that, guys. That was really cool. And we have all the armor stands and the different types of armor trims with each different types of armor sets. And then we got the tools down there. And then we have the cauldrons full of dyed water. And then we got more banners there. And then lastly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at all the items on the frames, the item frames, and you can see some of them glow, like the lava up there, lava bucket, golden enchanted apples. We got the, I forget what that's called. That stuff that you get in the lush caves, glowberries. There you go. You can see the lanterns glow too. I thought that was really nice. And the different arrows, potions, stuff that nobody ever uses, at least that I know of. And then the bundle here, I noticed there was an issue that the bundle was like oversized and it wasn't properly placed on there, but it's just a little bug that I noticed. So we're gonna look at all the different biomes respectively. So one thing I noticed about this texture pack that is different from the other one is that when you're in the biomes, say for example Prisma Visuals, if you're in a cherry grove, you'll see like the sky turns pink and the pale garden turns like gray. So it happens in this texture pack, but it doesn't seem to be as prominent as some of the others. Like you'll see it, but it's very subtle. And you'll see what I mean once I get to the pale garden. So you can see in the tiger forest where we're at right now, it's a little bit like cloudy, but not too much. But when you go into the pale garden, you'll get like that dark tint in the sky. But again, like I said, it's very subtle. It's not overbearing, which is cool. I like that. Not every pack needs to look exactly the same or do the same thing, because then what's the point of having variety if you're all gonna do the same thing? So the skulk block, so it looked very galactic in a way. Like it wasn't, I don't even know how to explain it, what I thought about it, but it looks like when you look up into like a painting and the sky is all purple and stuff and you see like the star, that's what it kind of looked like, but on the floor. And I thought that was cool. So now we are in the Nether wastes, which is cool. The Soul Sand Valley, and you can see we still got like the kind of like that dark tint. Now in a few minutes you're gonna see that there is something that I'm not sure what was happening, but it was not cool, and I hope the devs can figure out what caused this, because I got damn near flashbang. Fair warning. Yeah, I don't know how to explain what happened here. All I know is that this was going for a while, and it only happened when I transitioned between the warp forest and the end. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is that now I can no longer see, and I have changed my name to Stevie Wonder. So now we are in like the snowy taiga biome, and you can see that doesn't happen, but I really like how the snow looks. We did a real good job. And the sand, like the desert biomes, they're kind of too bright for me. That's kind of like my only feedback about this biome specifically, but again, we're gonna hop into the end to see if that same blinding light happens in here. I didn't notice that happen, so that has to be maybe the way that was set up or something. I'm not sure, but I know that light was, I don't know. I even tried quitting and restarting, but that didn't fix it. But that's that. So pretty much it for the end. Again, we're gonna have that same green texture bug in the portal. That is going to be fixed as well, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So let's hop back into the overworld, as I thank you for watching this video for my showcase of Vibrant Realism PBR, coming to the marketplace sometime mid to end November, 990 Minecoins. And this was made by Fireframe Studios, so thank you guys for the early access. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and stay tuned for more like this.